What happened? Why am I in hospital?
So you're awake.
Yeah. I can hardly move. What happened? I'm in agony.
Perhaps you should wait for the doctor. Try pushing the nurse's call button.
Why don't you just tell me? My leg's in some contraption.
Do you really not remember? Or are you just pretending? I wouldn't be surprised if you were. You made an absolute fool of yourself.
What? No, I'm not pretending. Just tell me what happened. And where are you? We were at your father's funeral. I remember that.
Yeah.
So why am I in hospital with my leg strapped to the ceiling?
After the funeral, you fell over and smashed your head on a statue of a stone angel. There was blood everywhere. It was a hell of a scene. More than my poor grandmother could take. She collapsed and followed you in a second ambulance.
Oh. I don't remember a thing. Is that when I broke my leg?
Kinda. As you hit your head, you reached for the statue and proceeded to pull the whole thing down on your leg. You're lucky you didn't break anything else. You needed a blood transfusion for the gash in your head. It's a miracle you're still in one piece. You've got about 40 stitches holding your scalp in place. All that money you spent on hair plugs. Down the drain. Like all that champagne. That was more than $200 a bottle, and you necked a bottle, then dropped the rest of the crate. 10 bottles at $200.
Aren't you being a bit harsh? Your husband is lying in hospital and all you can do is nag? Why aren't you here?
I had to go to work, didn't I?
You could have called in sick.
What a waste of time. I didn't know how long you would be out, and I wasn't going to sit there wondering. The doctors weren't sure when you'd wake up.
Why are you being so mean?
What were you expecting? Oh, baby, are you okay? Let me kiss it better for you. My poor baby. Yeah, right. Grow up. You messed this up big time. If I'm visiting anyone in hospital, it will be my poor grandmother, not my idiot husband.
Are you angry because I screwed up at your father's funeral?
No.
Then what other reason is there?
You tell me.
I honestly can't remember a thing.
That's convenient. You've usually got an opinion about everything and everyone, but when you screw things up this bad, you suddenly developed amnesia.
Was I that bad? Just tell me.
And again, I'm telling you to have a think about it.
I can't remember a thing.
Oh, so you're getting angry with me now? That's rich. You don't have a leg to stand on. Literally.
I'll get angry if you don't hurry up and tell me what I've done that's so damn terrible. I have absolutely no memory of yesterday whatsoever.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you, I don't remember a thing.
Not even an ounce of regret? Something gnawing away at the back of your mind? Something you need to apologize for? Nothing? Think hard.
If I need to apologize, I will. If I need to make some sort of payment for damages, then I'll do that too. How's your grandma doing, by the way?
Never mind her. I think you remember. You're just too embarrassed to admit it.
Like I said, I don't have any recollection of what happened.
Even if you don't remember the ceremony, you remember what you did, right?
What I did? I don't follow you.
You told us all. How you planned it. How you invited him fishing, saying that you wanted to catch some fish for my birthday. Then you pushed him off the pier.
What? Wait a moment. What are you saying? He went fishing that day by himself. You said you saw him leave. The police explained it. He must have slipped and fallen into the water. There had been a storm the day before and the sea was still rough. A freak wind must have blown him into the water.
That's what they said. By the time he was found by another fisherman, he was long gone. The official cause of death was accidental drowning.
Yes, exactly. So why are you suddenly accusing me?
I smelt a rat from the very beginning.
What?
My father was a state champion swimmer. It was warm when he went out, and I remember him saying he wouldn't need a jacket. He was wearing a t-shirt. There's no way he wouldn't be able to swim the few yards back to the pier.
He was 70. People of that age suddenly die all the time. Maybe his heart stopped before he even hit the water. Maybe his legs cramped up in the cold water. The world's full of possibilities.
And another thing that doesn't add up. He always wore a life vest, and yet he wasn't wearing it when he was found.
He probably just forgot. It's not that strange. If you think about it, it's just bad luck that he fell in on the day that he happened to have forgotten his life jacket.
Yeah, right. You told him you sink like a stone in water and asked to borrow it.
What? I did nothing of the sort.
And because he's old and losing his sense of smell and taste, you mixed vodka into the sports drink you gave me. And when he was getting lightheaded, you pushed him in. That's what happened, right?
How can you possibly?
How can I possibly know all this? Because, you utter moron, you got absolutely steamed out of your head at the wake and told me.
What? No.
And what's more, you told the story like some Greek legend in which you were the hero. You enjoyed it! At first, nobody thought you were telling the truth, but the further you went, the plainer it became that you knew too many minute details that only the perpetrator could have known.
There's no way I did that.
Nothing coming back? Still a blank? You had knocked back a glass of vodka thinking it was water, and that sent you over the edge. On top of the bottle of champagne and God knows what else, you were off to the races! You were so proud of yourself for committing the perfect crime that you couldn't hold it in. The funeral guests were just staring at you with their mouths wide open.
That's not what happened.
We've got you on a dozen phone videos.
No, I can explain.
You confessed to everyone there. My cousin had to be held back from killing you. That's why you ran from the church and out into the graveyard. You can't deny it. There were more than 25 witnesses.
I was just drunk. I didn't know what I was saying. Leona, you can't believe the crap I talk when I'm drunk. You know me, always running my mouth off.
It doesn't matter how much you've had. Who the hell makes a joke like that? You're just trying to cover your tracks, aren't you? Deny all culpability, right? Wrong. We have you confessing on video.
You've got it all wrong. I watched some crappy drama the day before. You know, one of those ones where the brother turns out to be the father's sister and the man he's killed was actually his twin brother who had been disfigured in a freak yachting accident. That was still in my head on the day of the funeral. I was just drunk and repeating what I'd seen.
Quit it with the lame excuses, will you? Nobody's buying it.
I'm sorry for running my mouth off at your father's funeral, okay? You know me, instant idiot, just add alcohol. You don't think I'd really do something like that, do you? You're always telling me how much of an idiot I am. I couldn't possibly think up such a plan, let alone carry it out. I really didn't do anything. I swear.
Right. So, that's your story, huh? Pleading innocence to the very end despite a mountain of corroborating evidence.
I'm not lying. You've got to believe me.
How the hell can I believe you? You gloated about it. You told the whole room what you had planned and how you did it.
Leona, please.
Hearing you call me by the name my father gave me makes me want to puke.
No, you've got the wrong idea. I'm innocent. I didn't do it, I'm telling you. I swear. If I'm lying, I'll jump off the harbor bridge. I'll drive my car into the reservoir up by the old coal mine.
Really?
Yes. Can you just believe me? When have I ever lied to you?
That's a point, I guess. And you do tend to talk utter nonsense when you're drunk. I'll think about it.
Okay, that's a start.
Anyway, I suppose you should get some rest. The police will be in to talk to you today. The hospital will have told them you're conscious again.
It's bad, Mom. Real bad.
What?
Leona knows.
Knows what? What are you talking about?
I heard from her you were taken to hospital after a statue fell on your head, but she wouldn't say any more. She knows what I did. Is this the drugs talking? Did they give you the good stuff? I remember when I was in hospital having you, they gave me a little button connected to some lovely morphine or something. Mom, you aren't listening. Leona knows about her father. What? How? Who told her? One of the old guys at the wharf? 'Cause if it was, I'll send one of my guys down there to rough him up. Make sure he keeps his mouth shut. No, I got drunk and blabbed about it. I couldn't keep my big mouth shut. I really put my foot in it. You little punk. What were you doing drinking anyway? You know you can't hold your liquor. The last time you had a little sip, you were up on the table singing about a little wizard. You can't touch the stuff. You've got a weak liver or constitution. Just like that deadbeat father of yours. I'm sorry. Ugh, damn you, boy. If we don't do something, our plans will be ruined. We were so close. To see that inheritance slipping from my grasp after all that careful planning. Yes, and it was only the old boy and her. No one else to split the cash with. If you've screwed this up, I'm going to make sure you join him. Sorry, Mom. All you had to do was follow the plan. Once the old boy was gone, the daughter would inherit everything. Then it was just a matter of making her disappear and we'd be set for life. You get all the money and I would never have to work again. I'd be rich. You? Oh, that's right. We. It was the perfect plan. What's she saying? She says she knows everything. I tried to reason with her. I mean, I do have a history of getting hammered and talking up a storm. At first, she wasn't buying any of it, but in this case, my terrible track record worked as a plus. I told her I'd seen the whole thing on TV. She said she'd think about it. I just kept telling her it was all the drunken ramblings of a show-off. I begged her to believe me. And? Do you think she bought it? Maybe. I don't know. What shall we do? What's plan B, Mom? At this stage, we wait and see. I'll contact her. You know, apologize for your making a scene. Offer my condolences. Please excuse him, Leona. You know what he's like. He's just a showman, always trying to please those around him. Often extremely inappropriate, but his heart's in the right place. That kind of thing. I'll try and convince her to doubt her suspicions and believe you. Thanks, Mom. Leave it to me. And don't worry. The evidence is buried far from anywhere in the hills behind the fishing club. They'll never find it. But what about the funeral? Leona said they have a video of me confessing. You are grieving and extremely drunk. It's inadmissible. The cops won't do anything about it. They might put an extra pair of eyes on you, though. For now, you ain't going anywhere with that leg. It's a good thing. Just stay put for now, and for God's sake, keep your mouth shut. Without evidence, it's just hearsay and some drunk idiot talking trash. We won't be arrested if we just play dumb and stick to your story about the TV drama. Thanks, Mom. You've put my mind at ease. Just don't go arousing suspicions. Stand firm. Don't give them any reason to reopen the case. In a few months, when it's all blown over, we can deal with that woman. Yeah. Hey, let's go to Hawaii when the money comes in. Don't go counting your chickens before they've hatched. We're not out of the woods yet. And before anyone starts packing their bags for the tropics, there is a little thing called debt that needs to be dealt with. And that ain't that little either. Oh, right. Sorry, Mom. I forgot about the loans. That girl you knocked up was threatening to take us to the cleaners. If I hadn't stepped in to smooth it over, you might be in jail. I can't help it, Mom. The ladies love me. You'll be the end of us, you will. Just like your father, always chasing the ladies, never focused. Eyes on the prize, my Danny boy. Eyes on the prize. I can't have you running after every woman that smiles at you. You're a liability. We are so close to getting everything, and you go and get drunk and give your wife reason to doubt the official story. If you weren't my own flesh and blood, I'd send someone round to make sure you never did it again. It's okay, Mom. In front of Leona, I'm just a humble office worker. It's just when I get drunk that I put my foot in it. And the old boy trusted me completely. More than a few times, he said he'd leave us enough money so that we'd never want for anything. Just make Leona happy and keep her that way. That's what he wanted. Right. Anyway, Mom, I can hear the nurses coming to change my head bandages. I'd better go. Work your magic on Leona, okay? Alright, let's talk again later. Remember, you were just drunk and grieving. Gotcha. Did you speak to Liza?
Are you still here?
What? Do you believe me now?
Where's the bridge you were talking about jumping off? Need me to drive you there, or can you call a cab?
Say what now?
You told me you'd jump off a bridge if you were lying. So go do it!
Yeah, I said I'd do it if I was lying, which I'm not. Look, Leona, we talked about this. I got drunk and said some amazingly stupid things, but it was an innocent screw-up. Nothing sinister happened, I can assure you. I'll go to church and swear in front of Mother Mary herself. I had nothing to do with your father's death. Please believe me.
So you're sticking to your story, huh? Even at this stage?
Yes!
So much for the "I've never lied to you" then.
Oh, come on, Leona. Please believe me. What did I have to gain by killing your father? Nothing, right? You know I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. Or your father.
What about the hush money for the girl you got pregnant? And your trip to Hawaii, maybe? My father talked to you about it, didn't he? About how he would die happy in the knowledge that you and I would be able to enjoy what he had left us.
How? Why?
I had a look at your phone while you were sleeping. I set it up so that I could see everything from my laptop. Now, what do you have to say?
How? That was password protected.
You are forgetting that you are an utter moron. I've known about your booklet of passwords for years. I had access to everything you thought was secret. I knew an idiot like you wasn't capable of thinking up such a cunning plan. I knew there had to be someone behind the scenes pulling the strings. You just don't have the brainpower to devise such an evil plot. But I have to tell you, I was dumbstruck when I found out who was the mastermind. She plays the part of sweet and caring mother-in-law well. I never would have suspected her. And you two would have gotten away with it. There was just a tiny hole in the plan.
You are an idiot! No, that's not it at all. She didn't. I didn't. We didn't do anything. Leona, you have it all twisted. You've gotta believe me.
She was behind it from the start. That part is undeniable. And you two geniuses coughed up the location of the evidence. I sent a cousin out to search behind the fishing club, and sure enough, there it was. My father's life vest. Your mother or someone had left boot marks in the mud up there leading straight to the place. It hadn't rained up there since my father died, so the mud the footprints were in had hardened.
That's my life vest. It was getting old, so I threw it away.
Give up, Daniel. There's nothing left to cling to. You and your mother are going to pay for what you did. You are going away for a long time for this.
No, that conversation with my mother was our way of having fun. We like to role-play silly afternoon soap she watches. Like I said, we act out the scripts. It's just a little bit of innocent fun. We've always done it. You know, like sands through the hourglass. We pretend to be criminal masterminds who dream up elaborate plots to off the former Siamese twin of the cabin attendant's mother.
Just stop. I've had enough.
It might be a little disrespectful, and I understand why you'd be angry. You have every right to be angry, but we don't mean anything by it. I just need you to believe me.
The life vest had my father's name written on it in his handwriting. You said yourself that he'd forgotten to take it the day he died, right? Then why did your mother tell us exactly where she had buried it? Was that all part of your role play?
We do strive for as much reality as possible.
Oh my god! I really thought you'd change your tone when I mentioned the evidence. But you're incapable of telling the truth. Just lie, 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 and lie some more. Even in the face of overwhelming evidence.
Sorry.
What? What are you apologizing for exactly?
Sorry for your father.
Just one word. Sorry. After all you've done. Hurry up and do it. Go jump off the harbor bridge. If the impact doesn't kill you, I hope you're ripped to shreds by sharks or a ship propeller.
This isn't funny. It's all because your father told me about the inheritance. It's his fault. It serves him right.
Are you seriously trying to blame my father for you killing him? Ugh! I hope they send you to the gallows or the chair. They need to lift the moratorium. My father trusted you, so he's to blame? For trusting you? I suppose I'm guilty too, then.
No, that's...
By that insane logic, then I'm the worst offender for having trusted you. Since my mom died when I was 10, my father raised me on his own. He always tried his goddamn best to make sure I had what I needed and was loved. And what did I do? I repaid his infinite kindness and generosity by bringing his murderer into our family. Like a sheep bringing a wolf into her parents' home.
Leona.
Do it! Jump!
I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea how much I loved my father? He had me in his 40s, so I was always teased at parent-teacher days. Before my sports day, he started training for the father and daughter relay months before the day. He ran up mountains and swam across lakes to make sure he wouldn't lose to all the younger fathers. From the minute we held up the trophy together, I was popular. I was so happy I cried.
I know. You told me all this. Every time you talked about him, you told me that story.
You knew how I felt, and yet you went ahead anyway. How could you have been so heartless and greedy? He was my hero. He always protected me and made me feel safe. He was thousands of times more important than you.
I'm sorry.
Give him back!
What? That's...
Give back what you took!
You know that's impossible.
Such a heartless crime could only be done by someone as equally devoid of emotion.
Okay. I'll turn myself into the police. My mother and I together. I'll face what's coming.
You think that will make things okay? Just handing yourself in? Turn yourself in and get a lighter sentence?
So you want us to go on the run? Be the subject of a nationwide manhunt? Is that what you want?
No, turn yourself in. I'll be waiting for you when you get out.
Why? What does that mean? What are you planning?
Nothing at all. I'll just be a loving and loyal wife, waiting for her beloved to serve his term and return to my arms. Nothing out of the ordinary, is it? Happens all the time.
Stop it, you're freaking me out. Are you planning some sort of horrible revenge?
My uncles all told me to live a life my father would be proud of. I won't disappoint him by stooping to your level.
Then, what then? What are you planning?
It's better if you don't know the hell that awaits. You know, a lot of friends and relatives either witnessed firsthand or saw the video of you at the funeral. He was very well respected and loved by a lot of people.
There were hundreds of people at the funeral? You mean they will all be out to get me?
How should I know? I'm just a wife and daughter. But I hope I'm there to see.
This isn't a joke. I need to get the hell out of here.
How are you going to do that with a broken leg and a head held together with stitches?
Did you do this?
What do you think?
I've got to call Mom. She'll know what to do.
She's already in police custody. I spoke to her, and do you know what she told me? She said that when you two had discussed the plan to kill my father, she thought it was a joke. She said she had nothing to do with actually killing him. She said you just went ahead and carried the plan out. She was as shocked as me, apparently. She seemed terribly upset.
That's not... Ugh.
So on top of your mother's confession, your videotaped confession, and the contents of your text messages, I'd say the police work is done, wouldn't you? Case closed. No. I gave them the life vest and I'm sure they'll find your DNA on it.
I've got nowhere to go.
So do me a favor, will you? Make sure you do your sentence as quickly as possible. Be a model prisoner and they might let you out early for good behavior.
No. No way. I'll stay in prison forever.
Who said it would be safer in prison?
You mean there were people at the funeral who are connected to the police and prison system?
Who knows? It's possible. My father knew a lot of people.
Think about what you were doing. Do you think your father would approve of such behavior? Kicking a man when he's down, forcing him to live in fear, always watching over his shoulder. Revenge only causes more suffering. You won't get the relief you seek.
I don't know if that's a quote from one of your silly soap operas, but hearing you say that just makes me even more eager to see what happens.
Don't say that. I'm begging you.
I hope you suffer every single day for the rest of your life.
Somebody help me. Get me out of here.
Most of what I told Daniel was a lie. I didn't break his leg. He really did fall down and do it himself. And I don't really have contacts in prison. I just want him to always be looking over his shoulder. I don't want him to have even a minute of rest. Sure, lots of my friends and family wanted to kill him after hearing what he did, but I wouldn't let them. Instead, I chose mental torture. I don't want him to ever think he'd been forgiven for what he did or that the punishment is finally over. It will never be over. As long as he and I live, I will make him pay for what he did. I hope Daniel and that horrible mother of his spend a very long time in prison. Even if they get out early for good behavior, there are some angry people waiting to collect the money they owe. I told them what had happened, and they will be waiting for their release as I will be. They said they'd put Daniel and his mother to hard labor until every last cent was repaid. And 10 years of 40% interest? That's a lot of hard labor. What is hard labor anyway? I imagine people breaking rocks under the baking sun. Anyway, that's what happened. I still miss my father every day, but I know I carry him with me as long as I live. I hope he's up there waiting for me, fishing at some heavenly fishing hole. I can imagine him making angelfish jokes already. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye!